85% of new Etsy sellers make crucial mistakes that hinder their growth. So in this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of Etsy, and I'll share with you the 5 things that I think you should know before launching your store successfully. And if you haven't opened your store just yet, I'll link a video for you down below on what I do if I started over with Etsy and print on demand in 2023. This video goes over some of the principles that I teach in my course, the POD roadmap. And this isn't just a set of instructions, it's a proven framework that I've taught more than 250 students this year alone and helped them start and scale their print-on-demand businesses, as well as guide them through the unique challenges of starting and scaling a print-on-demand business here in 2023. But back to this video, here are my 5 crucial steps to learn before jumping into the world of Etsy. Plus, I'll give you homework along the way, that way you can prep for these and hit the ground running. Number 1 is you need to design for what people are buying and not just what you like. I can't stress enough how crucial the research part of this business is. If you're not familiar with what types of designs sell well on products, then your homework for this step is to dive deep into the best sellers within the product category that you're looking to sell in. Take a look at what types of photos they're using for their main image, what types of design styles they're using, what colors are they using, what fonts, what types of sales they're running, and what their prices are. All of these things are really going to come in handy when it's time for you to list your items, and the better you understand what is already out there, the better you'll be able to add value and stand out from the market and what everyone else is selling. Do this for an hour a day. Do this until you get bored, especially if you get bored. That's when the real understanding will start to sink in. Keep at it until you're able to look at your own designs and instantly be able to gauge whether this is real competition for what's already out there or not. This practice will get you in tune with what's already selling on Etsy, and it's a key step in becoming a successful designer and seller on Etsy. So now you've got the research down, and now you're designing for what people want to buy. But your connection with the customer doesn't just end with the sale, it's really just the beginning. So that leads us to number 2. Customer service isn't just a side gig. Sometimes it can feel like its own part-time job. Just picture this. If you aim to scale your business to selling 10, 25, 50, or even 100 designs per day with your print-on-demand business, you're looking at a lot of customer questions potentially. You might get questions about size recommendations, estimated delivery dates, lost or damaged items, or even custom orders. And these all will fill your inbox when you're in those heavy times of getting lots of sales. This can feel a little bit overwhelming at first if you weren't expecting the customer service piece of running a print-on-demand and Etsy business. But let me tell you that once those sales start rolling in and you start to see those profits, it does make the customer service all the way worth it, but it's good to be prepared. That's why it's vital to preemptively answer as many questions within your listings as you can to avoid any unnecessary messages. So here's your homework for this step. I want you to download the Etsy seller app on your phone. That way you can get back to people as quickly as possible, even when you're on the go. This is called eating the frog. You want to handle the things like the messages on Etsy as quick as possible, because the faster you answer them, the happier they'll be, and the less time you'll spend stressing about answering that message. Just answer them right away as quickly as you can, even if you say something as simple as, "I'm out and about right now, but I'd be happy to send you that link when I get home later this evening." They'll be so much happier that you got back to them right away, and then that gives you the peace of mind that they message back and say, "No problem, send it when you can." The second part to your homework is going to be analyzing the successful sellers in your product category. I want you to take a look at their product photos. What do they say in their secondary photos within their listing that answers questions that the customer might have? Like if you're selling shirts, does it say what type of fabric the shirt is or what type of size recommendations that you have? Then I also want you to go through some of their good reviews and their bad reviews to better understand what people like and don't like about the product. That way you can try and answer these questions or concerns within your photos and your description before customers even message you. And don't worry, I've got you covered with extra resources as well. I'll link 2 customer service videos down below for you. The first is my 6-figure follow-up guide, where I tell you how many times you should message your customer throughout the sale and exactly what to say. And the second is how to handle returns and exchanges while having a print-on-demand business. So check those videos out after this video. Again, they'll be linked down in the description. And trust me, these guides will be a game changer in handling your customer service like a pro. Now let's move on to another crucial area. When you're selling on Etsy, you're playing in their sandbox. And this can be really hard to understand when you're first just getting started out. So here's what you need to know. Number 3 is when you set up a shop on Etsy, you have to play by their rules. Especially in the beginning, you might find yourself getting your shop suspended right after you open your account, or getting your account put on payment reserves for the first 90 days, where they keep a portion of your sale until it's actually delivered or sent to the customer. Now, why do they do this? It's because they're trying to avoid scammers coming on their platforms, and these are 2 of the ways that they avoid that happening to their customers. Etsy is the platform that customers trust, and so they need to ensure that all of the sellers selling on their platform are trustworthy. But if you didn't know about these things happening in advance, then you might get discouraged by them once it happens to you when you open your shop. But don't worry, I've got your back. For your homework for this step, I've got 2 videos for you. The first is if you get suspended, I do have a full video walking you through what to expect and exactly what to appeal to get your account back as quickly as possible. And again, just know this is super normal. My shop was suspended for a few weeks when I first started as well. So again, don't panic, just follow the steps in this next video. And if you're wondering what the startup costs are with Etsy and print on demand, especially if you get put on those payment reserves, then I have this video ready for you as well. It's a comprehensive guide that will help you understand what costs you're going to incur and exactly how much you should have before you get started with your business. And remember, navigating the early stages of starting an Etsy store can feel really tricky, but with the right guidance and a strong understanding of the rules and what to expect, you can sail smoothly towards success. So now that you're equipped with the knowledge of the early stages of what to expect and how to keep your business in good standing with Etsy, it's time to talk about growth. And one of the most powerful tips at your disposal is number 4, Etsy ads. Etsy ads might look intimidating at first, but trust me, they could be your golden ticket to seeing success faster on the platform. Let's break it down. Ranking organically on the platform. When you list something for sale for the first time, Etsy is going to see how customers interact with that listing, and then they'll eventually give it a quality score and decide whether it's going to be on page 1 of the search results or page 20. And they get this information by customers clicking it, buying it, favoriting it, adding it to their carts. When you first list something for sale, it takes a while to get that information. But when you run Etsy ads, they show it to exponentially more people more quickly. That way you can more quickly in your business understand the types of main image photos that are working for you, the types of designs that are working for you, and you just get that feedback back 10 times faster, so you can that much more quickly put that knowledge back into your business and do more of what's working. And I did put together a full video walkthrough of exactly how to run profitable ads, so I'll link that video down below for you as well. It's packed with insights and strategies that I've learned from my own experience, and I'll also link a second video down below, which was an interview I did with a student from my channel, Natalie, and she sold $400,000 in 6 months in her Etsy print-on-demand store because of running ads. So I think that one is a super motivating video to watch if you're feeling nervous about running ads in your own store. So for your homework on this step, I want you to watch those 2 videos and then just take the plunge. Start experimenting with ads right from the beginning. The sooner you start, the faster you'll learn what's working for your shop. Now, mastering Etsy ads is just one part of the puzzle. There's another area that might not have crossed your mind until it actually happened to you. And this is something that a lot of designers have had to deal with over the years. And that's the horrible feeling of someone stealing your design. It's an unfortunate and ugly truth in the design world is that your designs will likely get ripped off or stolen at some point. I know it feels really frustrating and unfair, but there's very little that we can do when someone steals our designs on Etsy. What you can control, though, is protecting yourself from infringing on someone else's intellectual property on accident. So here's what I want you to do for your homework for this step. I have 2 videos that I'll link down below for you that show you the crucial steps of knowing how to understand trademarks and copyrights for your business. The first video will be a full walkthrough of understanding trademarks and what you can and can't sell on certain items. And the second video will show you how to avoid infringing on a larger company's copyrights like the NFL and Disney, so you can make sure that you don't get in trouble down the line. So make sure to watch both of these videos, because if you don't already understand trademarks and copyrights, this can get you in a lot of trouble down the road. By focusing on these essential elements right when you're getting started, you really can position yourself for a long-term happy relationship between you and Etsy. And if you found this video helpful and want to watch another, I'll link one right here at the end of the video. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences getting started with your own Etsy store down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for